Good afternoon. This is Casey, 5 Tons with Guns, coming back with you from yesterday. Yesterday, we finished up on the copper, and then we told you what we would be doing today. Today, we're going to have a plinth making party. Now, we have 100 grams of refractory. That's just under 3 pounds. milliliters of water. That's just under a half a cup. I believe I said 100 grams. It's really 1,000 grams of your refractory. Now we have the paddle mixer. We got the water, the 100 milliliters of water already in the ice cream freezer. Now before you put your refractory in, don't make the mistake of not putting your paddle in first. And then I like to spritz it a little bit with some water, even the lid. Got a nice wind today. I'm not wearing any respirator. Okay. We'll spritz it again. Put the lid on. This is the only paddle mixer that we had on hand. They say to mix it up with a paddle mixer, so this is what we're doing. Now, hold it sideways like this. That way you'll have all that water evened up inside of your drum, your rotating drum. And you can kind of feel it kind of getting a little bit thicker all the time. But we have these little bags of increments. We had to incrementally bring them down in order to run them through this little ice cream freezer. We pour our entire foundry furnace with this little mixer. I believe we're there. Well, not quite. Let's spritz it a little bit more. They tell you in the book that the instructions that your mixing time is very short. Having done this with this product as much as we have, we know there's a lot of tolerance back and forth. All right, now that's much better. Now we're going to pull our paddle out. our forms for the plant are half-pound coffee cans. Cut your rings no more than 1 3/4 or no less than 1 1/4. 1 3/8 ideal. Now we take this, we'll pack it into our little forms here. When you cut these out, whatever means you're using to cut them out, you can use a hose clamp as a guide. If you're using a hacksaw, this will also help firm up the can so you can cut through it a lot easier. I'd recommend a 32 tooth by inch hacksaw blade if you're using a hacksaw. We've got, that's pretty good. I probably should have done another form. But later on we'll show you what we can do with the remainder of this refractory cement. Just try to pack it in there with your thumbs a little bit. Okay, now. Next, you want to take a dowel or a little round board like this and take and drive it there like that. Strike this off. This, what we're doing is making a little channel. This will go on the bottom of your furnace in case you have a crucible failure. This will channel the molten liquid down and out through your safety hole in the middle of your furnace. If you don't have one, you probably should. I would recommend having one. All right, we'll strike the rest of these off. Just like that. Now, with what we have left over of our refractory, let's spritz it a little bit. And get it wetter than what it should be. And we'll take this ground glass, which we ground in our mortar pestle, Let's put a spoonful of that in here. Mix it up real nice. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, we'll take this old ingot mold that you've seen the failures on it in previous videos of ours, and we have drilled a hole in it, and we stopped the crack. We filled the hole with the high temperature red RTV sealant, laid it in a bed of sand, and it still worked. What we're going to try today, we're going to squeeze and work some of this refractory into this crack as much as we can. Because we got ground glass in it, and that may just fuse it together where we don't have to, well, anyway, it's an experiment. We'll just rub it into that crack, like that. We can extrude it through that bottom hole so we know we got it. All right, we'll set that aside. Now, our crucible, the one that cracked at the bottom, you see the crack here? Right here, over to here, right in here. We have a divot here. I'm thinking that maybe we may take this refractory and push that into that crack as much as we can, and then put some in the bottom. And maybe with that ground glass, it may flow into the crack and fuse it together. It's an experiment worth trying. So we're going to give it a whirl. We'll spritz this a little bit better, a little bit more. Mix it up some more. We've got just enough. To do this with. Kind of soupy like concrete. Just slather it on there like that, and then push it in, try to get those cracks as much as we can. This may work, it may not work, but we're going to give it a whirl. All right, now we'll strike it off. Now, we'll take the rest of this and we'll put it at the bottom. All right, we'll fire this. Now this refractory, you want to let it set up. It sets up typically 24 hours. Your first 4 hours, especially on a big casting like a furnace body, it will get so hot you cannot put your hand on it and it's curing out. And then you'll want to fire them. And I just put them in the furnace, turn the furnace out, get them hot, bring them out. You don't have to worry about taking off the tin can. That will burn off eventually. And I want to give you the name of the manufacturer of the refractory cement that we do have, we have been using. And if you would, I hope you can see this. They're out of Pennsylvania, Harvesting Walker. We've been very happy with this. I forget how much it costs per bag, but we never have had a bad batch of refractory. Well, that just about covers it for today now, and you'll see us fire this up eventually and use the little mold that we repaired. We'll see what happens with the crucible. And you always want to have a few of these plinths on hand. Tomorrow we're probably going to show you our production in aluminum, brass, copper, bullet jacket metal. In less than 1 year, what has gone through our hands. You'll see it all melted down in bar stock. That about closes it for the day. Thank you for watching, and you have a nice day now.